been trying, and I think now it worked. I've been trying so hard. Dancers. Hi, welcome. Sorry, my one phone like glitched, and I couldn't get on, and now I gotta switch everything, because now it's working, which is good news. Yeah, sorry, yeah, thanks, Sarah. Even though I look like I don't know. I know. All right, turn this off. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Los Angeles Bellydance Academy. My name is Stefanya, and I am super, 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 super duper excited that you have decided to join us. Now, as you would think I would get better and better with technology. You know, each day is what it is, and so today was what it was, but now here we are, and we're ready to dance together. Please keep in mind that while you dance, it's an active sport, and you'll need to know the limitations of your own body, which means you're going to have to dance tonight at your own risk. But no worries, I just want you to follow along. I plan on making it a pretty smooth, kind of beginner level, basic level class today. Make sure you feel really good putting your feet on the ground. Deep breath in. We're going to go up into the sky and exhale all the way down. And again, deep breath in and exhale down. Deep breath in. All the way out down. Drop it over. Just shake it out, wiggle in the middle, move side to side. Slowly up, exhale. Deep breath in, arms go up over your head, exhale, out and down, drop your head in. Deep breath in, blends forward, exhale down, roll up. One more time, deep breath in. And deep breath in, blends forward, smile, all the way down, roll up. Good job, side to side. So we're just gonna sink down low, pull the abs in towards the lower back. Take that same movement, spiral side to side. Just gentle, just a stretch. Open up. The plie is important. It's good to feel like you're sinking down into the earth while keeping your toes nice and relaxed. And the arms just side to side. Good. Out one more time. Let's spiral. Let's open up. And across the shoulders. Good. Feet together. Breathe in. Little arch in the upper back, push through the floor, open up the heart. Reverse the move, tuck in, roll down. Flat back up. And again, deep breath in. Open up. Exhale, roll down. Flat back up. Last time, deep breath in. Exhale, roll down. Flat back up. To the top. Up, drop. Up, so nice firm connection with the earth. Get into the comfortability of just letting it plop. My technical term, all the way down. It's signature, don't steal it, it's the plop. Hup. Good job, dancers. Let the shoulders push down, even though the arms are raising up. Now the lats get engaged here, we hold. So we compress down as the heels push up, so it meets in the middle, nice and strong. The head's relaxed, so we look one side, back in the middle, look to the other side, back in the middle. A little faster. Keep squeezing the legs together. Keep pressing the arms down. Heels nice and high. Good. Exhale, head around. Breathe in. Open up the heart, don't crunch the neck. Push the feet through the floor. Exhale, breathe in. Reverse. Exhale, shh. Breathe in. Exhale. Breathe in. And shoulder circles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Elbows. Just opening the chest, front and back. Full movement. Breathe in and out. Ah, yes. And forward. 1, 2, 3. Elbows. 1, 2, 3. Full circles. 5, 6, 7, and wonderful. Good. We're drinking a lot of water tonight. This is me drinking water. Delicious. Dancers, keep in mind, the LA Bellydance Academy.com, which is our website, is now open for membership. We would like to welcome you all in, and to do so, we will practice our welcoming arms. Wow. So as the arms are open, they're not to the side. See that how in the mirror, you can see that extends me back? We don't want that shape. We want to really focus on the center line. So this may be considered a cheat, but I consider it a valuable cheat. Forward into the 45-degree angle. My inner thighs are squeezing together. That's lifting my hip bones up where they should be already. But sometimes we have to return ourselves to that proper posture. Squeeze, lift, close, relax. Oh, one more time. We did. Squeeze, lift, close, relax. Arms forward the whole time. Here we go. Count to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wonderful. What are we doing? We welcome, right? Hello and welcome. Let's try that again. My arms said hello, welcome. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I finish. All right, so I'm going to gather all of it in. I'm going to say you are welcome. I'm going to bring you into my heart. Intimacy. And I'm going to be so kind and give it back, right? Yes, unfair. So you take a deep breath into the heart. Exhale out. Again, breathe in. And we can go faster. We break it in half. 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are you still lifting? Are you still squeezing? Are you still relaxing? I hope so. Good. So we can take the same movement just all the way up, bend at the elbows, we bring it back in, and we lift it back up. Be careful not to work the upper line, the straight center line, as it is thoroughly uncomfortable and not very romantic in the body. That nice, straight, powerful line is beautiful. So my arms from being center, basically they went up to my front point. I'm really exaggerating that here. My elbows are just going to bend. They flip around. That's kind of easy if you just keep your elbows high, you let your arms relax, and then they're going to open back up. In, 1, 2, 3, 4, out. That was in the center line. Up, 2, 3, 4, yes. Now if you're going to do the last one, it's just at the bottom. Pretty easy. 4 counts is kind of fast. Breathe in. Breathe out. Again, up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good job. Breathe in. Breathe out. Wonderful. Wonderful. So the lats right here are a very important part. Yes, we have a boutique in the studio. Nice pants. Thank you for mentioning. And that boutique will be ready for shoppers who are members. We are welcoming our members into LABellydanceacademy.com. Oh my gosh. Yes, okay. Breathe in, arms up. Lots of things for sale in our boutique, and members get special discounts. Wonderful. So, dancers, you see the path of the arms. Now, I can choose that path as I'm walking out to my audience and I say, welcome. Ah, was that a nice welcome? What do I want to say? Welcome. Ah, yes. Okay, so I'll use that a lot. A lot. And the key to this movement is the elbows staying high. So I know you get it, don't do it, right? Elbows nice and high. In, and, in, and. 2 more times. Breathe in, breathe in. And keep that elbow above the heart. Yes. Even when it's up, above the heart, keep those elbows high as you push down. So you can see, this one we can do the heart, this one we can do the eyes, and this one we can do the hip. Yeah, we love those arms. So next movement, hands. Hands are beautiful and they really tell the story, don't they? It's like sign language, right? So we want to make sure that the ring finger and the middle finger are together. When you expand the hand on the first movement, that is a strong push away with energy and really may take a stretch the first couple times. So if you wanted to stretch that, pull your hand not just up, but kind of in a curve. Let's make sure that you're connecting all those fingers. Press through the hand. You can straighten the arm a little bit. Be gentle, right? Keep the alignment down. Don't let your elbow be out. Don't let, try to feel that stretch. I was letting my pinky go. Don't do that. Pinky. Good. And if I just flip my hands, get that little stretch. No reason to like be pulling too much, right? Just be gentle. So that's our first move. Now my second move is the relaxation after the contraction. So the contraction was the expansion. Push and pull. Push and pull. If you think of the middle finger as the center line down the hand, and the elbows being in line with this movement, it's kind of feels really great, I think. You can really find that strength. Now, as my arms float out to the side, they do get farther away, so it may be feeling harder to remember what those hands should be doing. So you just take a minute here, and you just work through it, right? Down, up, exhale, inhale. So we go out, relax, out, relax, out, relax, out. Float to the center. Good. You see those two hands right in front of you? Down, down. Now we're going to cross the wrist. 1. Good. 2. Tummy into your lower back. Ribcage closed. Chest relaxed, but elbows high. Open it up. Good job. Now this is not our only hand movement. We're going to use this one maybe here in the center line, just a push and a pull. We could use the same movement, crossing through the center line, right, out, in, 2 more times, out, and in. Wow, all right, so they're feeling nice and warm. They should be getting a little bit tired maybe, but we're gonna add the next movement. So, don't let this pull and push go, don't let the wave go, but let's add the spiral. I've said before in class that this is like the hand going around, because you can imagine it like that. But I feel like I need to let you also know that there's an internal rotation that starts over each movement. So there is a circle in the wrist, but there's also an internal rotation in your shoulder that becomes very important if you want to use any props later. So why not think about that right now, right? So there's kind of this start position where I feel like I've rotated in. I go out, and when I give it back, I gotta go back to the beginning. 1, 2, 1, 2. Out and around through the middle, out and around through the middle, out and around. Now, the weight hasn't gone anywhere, and the fingers are starting center, opening up, going all the way around. Then they have to give it to you. That's the last part of the wave. Straighten, roll, give. Start over, and straighten, roll, give. Start over, and. Good job, dancers. 1, 2, good. My arms never need to open too wide. When they come up, they're going to be traveling in front of the center line of the body. See if you can see my wrists. Sorry. And when you bring it down, you don't have to change anything. Keep it going. It's always the same repetitive movement, even if I want to cross the center line. Try to keep those elbows up as high as you can. Really helps. Good, good. So sometimes I can roll my wrists up and wave them on the way down. Roll the wrists up, wave them on the way down. Good job. Awesome. Last little thing that I can say about wrists is if you have experience with other dance styles, there is an idea where the wrist like kind of does, oh that's it, that's a geeky thing, a bounce, goes there and comes back, goes there and comes back. The motion of our hands is always following the same path. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it again. There's not going to be a reverse of that. While some other styles we get to do the reverse. So, whatever, right? Continuation, the wave through the hand is the wave into the arm. The audience gets to see the beautiful work of the arm, but the dancer really needs to feel this move coming from the heart. So I'm going to use the breath to initiate the heart. Remember, squeeze, lift, close, relax. Breathe in. Shoulders, whoa, starts from the heart. Heart lifts the shoulders, and then the energy flows out, shoulder, elbow, wrist. So my lat is lifting up. The arm makes a little bubble here, and it floats all the way down. Yes. When I lift up, I'm working, and when I fall, I'm relaxed, except for right here. This last little bit of my fingertips really needs to have some energy, and needs to reach out there, touch my audience, make them think I'm feeling it, right? We gotta feel it. And shoulder, elbow, wrist, and down. Feel it on the ends. Takes a little bit of extra stretch there, but I promise in the long run, it feels really good. Take a deep breath in, and exhale out. Again, breathe in, shoulder, elbow, wrist. If you feel like crunches everywhere, I want you to soften it up, and I want you to bring it a little bit more forward, so it can be nice and relaxed. Good. Good. If we went smaller, just on one arm, other arm. Small becomes faster, but it shouldn't feel caught up in the body. Should feel like it's flowing outward from the body. Right, left, both. How about we lift one and drop the other? Reverse. And again, a little faster. 1, 2, 1, 2, and faster. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Good job. Breathe in, arms up. yourself a big hug, twist side to side. Doesn't that feel good? So, I do not believe this is a roll. I do not believe it is a roll yet. A shoulder circle, a chest circle, however you want to think about that, a vertical figure 8 of the chest, whatever, is different from this move that is just the up and down. So just let your shoulders come up, let them drop down, boom. Let your shoulders come up, don't forget to put your tummy in. Don't forget to close your rib cage, don't forget to relax. But here, squeeze into the center of the body and then relax. Squeeze in and relax. So when I squeeze in, if I let my elbows come out, my arms are gonna do a little flow there. So breathe in, and then breathe out. Breathe in. A couple times. Do that without tension and do it without clickety-clack in the shoulder. If you feel that click-clack, maybe you gotta take some of the edge off, maybe you gotta feel a little bit more romantic, a little bit more flowy, maybe go less of a distance. Because we want those arms to be as smooth as possible. The chest is moving, but the whole movement becomes so much easier when we add the weight change, because then I have further to go and a longer line to exaggerate. So I'm going up and over here, up and over here. Figure 8, you know your figure 8, 2. So you know, anytime we want to go up, would you see that shoulder go up and up? I can do it chest without the arms, up, up, up. I have to push down, so I push down through the leg, down through the leg. Good. Keep going. 1, 2, 1, 2. Body check, make sure you're not side to side, doesn't feel good. Flow into the diagonal. It's a good space anyway, because that's really where your audience is. They're always forward and perspective towards you. 1, 2, 3. So we're gonna go big and slow, little, little, big. 1. Weight change. 2. And little. 1. Keep breathing. 2. You know this. Little, little, big. 1, 2. Come. 2 more. I lied, that's the last one. Good. Now, getting a big twist into the center and adding this move. Kind of like if you imagine a cross or a compass. Then we gotta hit all those points. There's 4 of them, and in each point, the opposite part of my body is going into the opposite direction. So if this shoulder's coming down, the opposite one is up. Then they twist, boom, this one's still down. So when this one comes up, the back one's down. And you can probably imagine that little square that you can build in your body. Now, I say imagine it because it's not very easy to do. We gotta take it slow and make it 1, 2, that's the hard part, 3, 4, squeeze in the back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Twist, lift, twist, lift, twist, lift, twist, and twist. Good, we're gonna put our arms out. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Now, smooth those lines and concentrate on the contraction in the back and how you have to push that through the floor. So through the floor, 1, 2. Remember when we change the weight, it gets a little bit easier. Good. Now, when I do that upper body circle, I'm just letting my my hand follow my elbow and my wrist. So they kind of feel like they pull back towards your center line with each one of those. I call these wave arms, and I don't know why. I know why I call the other one bird arms. Meaning, I learned that from somebody. a lot of people. But the wave arms, I feel like I just named that myself. So actually, any words I use, don't focus on the words, focus on how the concepts are in the body. So remember we talked about the cross, lift, cross, lift. I'm just hitting the front point, the up point, the back point, the down point. When I do that, my opposite side of my body is following along. I really have to dig into the floor. When I smooth it out, it concentrates in the back, and I pull that arm back, faster goes. 1, 2, 1, 2. Open the arms, 2, 1, 2. Again, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I love how this movement always flows together. It will never stop, so you just listen to the beat. Make sure your weight change is on your doom. Hup. You can go faster. Good. If you have your arms parallel, same movement, just looks a little different. Keep those shoulders rolling. Up, up. And back, and back. Keep it even, keep it balanced. Yes. There's the key. Balance, dancers, balance. Don't let one side of your body work stronger than the other side of your body. Balance. This movement feels good when one side feels exactly like the other and you're able to kind of rock between and just feel that rhythm in the music. And double time. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and yeah. So we call them arms so much. We call them arms so much. Really, the arms are coming from chest movements, trunk movements, this part of the body. So it initiates, you can just think from your heart. Your heart initiates in the breath. Yeah, I think you guys get it, right? Let's keep this party going. So if I want to go up with my chest, which is a really important movement, you need to firmly place your feet on the floor. Sorry. As your feet are firmly placed on the floor, squeeze your inner thighs, squeeze, lift, close, relax. Squeeze, lift, close, relax. Squeeze, lift, close, relax. Squeeze, lift, close, relax, lift. So where we closed it, maybe you can feel like you extra close it. You want the rib cage to come together. Up, relax in the belly. Up, relax in the belly. Up, double time. Up, 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 up. I'm not really going out in the stomach, I'm just relaxing. Let's go back to slow and slow and slow and slow, double time. Ha, 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 ha. Double time. Goes 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Good job. Now. 1, 2, side to side, up and down, up, side to side. 1, and up. Faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. Up. Side to side. Up. 2 ups. Up, up, drop, drop. Don't lift your shoulders. Feel it go into the body. Good job. Shimmy. All right. From the back shoulder, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Other side, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Back side, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Last time. It was always the same movement. I was just putting the accent there. I wasn't moving just one shoulder. That's not the style. Make sure your opposite shoulder goes with you, right? And you just think that you're bringing your shoulder under your chin. Back to the chest. 2 up, 2 down. 2 up, 2 down. 2 up, 2 down. Good. We're going to make a circle. Stop. Like a little roller coaster. Up. Pull. Faster. Stay in your center. Push down. Up and around. Up and around. All right. Forward. You have to leave your hips there and then come back. So squeeze. Push down. Forward. My hips stay there. I'm moving my back forward. Faster. 1 and 1, 2. Keep your abs in. 1, 2, 1, 2. Squeeze your back. Push forward. Make sure you get on that horizontal plane. No pushing down. Forward back. We're going to use this one for the circle. So here it comes to the lat, lat, push, lat. Now remember this neutral. Lat, push. What's the opposite push? Relax. Push, relax. Push, relax. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Faster. 1, 2, 1, 2. Keep going. Smaller. All right. Reverse back. Push forward. It's like you're stirring the pot. You'll feel your weight shift a little bit forward. Faster. Faster, smaller. Good. We're going to shimmy in the next class, but give me a little shimmy on the side. Shimmy. And all the way around. Pull your tummy into your lower back. Last one. All right. It's a different day. All right, dancers, let's go move on to camels. You could think of these as undulation. You don't need words to describe. You just need to dance. So we breathe in, we go forward. We breathe out, we exhale. Breathe in, breathe out. This is like a rocking chair and you have to be committed. You have to know that your weight is changing forward and back. However, this is a good however. Not energy on both sides is contracting in the body at the same time. There is an evenness in the way I'm stepping each time. Same step, same step, same step, same step, right? But my upper body only takes the back step as the contraction. So, feet, extra, feet, and relax, contract, relax. That's different than this. Because then we end up doing all this stuff. I just wore myself out. I don't want to wear myself out. I want to take life easy, right? So I want to contract on the back side. Contract faster. 1, 2, 1, 2. Lift your arms up. 2, the elbows go up first. They stay high always. And now as the hands come down, keep those elbows up high. Lift again. into the center line, the elbows stay nice and high. Good. Yeah. I wanted to go faster, but I don't think I can. Not right now. We'll wait for it. 1, 2, 3, and then we switch. 1, 2, 3. Let's take it back. Breathe in and out. Side to side. Again. Switch. Take it back. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Side to side. I'll break it down in a second. Let's just practice a couple times. Hup. Feels a little bit slower. Side to side. And up. Back it up. Side to side. Okay. I'm having too much fun today. I'm having so much fun today. You guys, today. You know, today. Yeah. All right, so what am I going to tell you to do? I'm going to tell you to notice the feet. Notice the feet and think of the feet as a pattern. And I want you to start to notice something very important. The very important thing is that sometimes as a dancer, we choose a saunter. I shall saunter. I saw someone today crossing the street, and I said, people crossing the street should not saunter. What is a saunter? What is it? I don't know. Maybe it's a word I'm making up right now. Who knows? Okay, what should happen when you walk across the street looks like this. So, if you can go back in your mind, or maybe push pause and go back, tat, 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 however you do it, this is like something you could actually reverse, you don't have to remember. You can see the difference between the step that was the saunter and just stepping, like walk. Give me a walk, right? So walk is so easy and so traditional and so, easy is not the right word, basic, or how do we say, it's so normal. Typical, that's the word I want, typical. Typical, 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 typical. Okay, so what was typical? You have to know. One foot went here and the other foot went here, and everybody's now really excited that I've taught them how to walk. Yes, remember that. Tell your friends. Join LA Bellydance Academy. Stefanya will teach you the right foot and then the left foot. Yes. But there's this like weird footing thing that we do. This is the point, actually. That is right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, but it's not typical. What is that? That is a saunter. I do not want you to walk across the street where one foot and then it catches up. One step and catch up. I would like you to safely walk across the street. That's walking with agendas. I walk with agenda. Now, my agenda when I saunter is what? I don't know. Maybe to make it kind of last a little bit longer, maybe to get some attention with that saunter. So the way I will always call it is step together. Step together. Another way to think of it is kind of like a chassé, but that's a different story. So, the feet come together. This is romantic. Yes, everything about this step is not walking across the street. It's romantic. The foot needs to catch up. Oh, I got lonely. I got lonely. And guess what? What always happens? You know. Who gets lonely and who gets needy and who wants to, the balance changes, right? Yeah, exactly. Change it up. 1, who's lonely now? 2, 3, I love you, right foot, but I'm out of here. No, don't leave me. Yes, there's the story. It's romantic. Even that stuff is romantic. Isn't that sweet? So my point is, now we're doing camels. The undulation, the camel, really focuses on the saunter step. However, well, no, I guess we could do one. Maybe you're into it, I don't know, but I'll show you how to do it. That's the second part of this. So we saunter. We saunter in rhythm. We saunter in rhythm focusing on the 1. So I start on the 1, and when I switch, I'll go back to that heavy foot on the 1. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Other foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Other foot. It doesn't matter which foot is crossing or in front. You just always switch. When I dance, I think of my center line, splitting the middle of my body. It's my spine and the space between my legs. So if my right foot were to step to the right, I have opened. If my right foot were to step to the left, I am crossed or closed. That's another way that I associate the way my body moves. All right? Thinking of things in different ways. So it's okay if you're doing this open close like this is my point. And it's also okay if you're doing open close with a cross. This is the little bit more suggested way, but it doesn't matter because the camels move through the center line of the body, right? We're just trying to get the rhythm and do first steps first. Okay, now, after that, what we're going to do next is we are going to do the moving back. I have to go somewhere because it's just practical. We want to move forward, so now let's go back so we can move forward again. So I'm not going to saunter. My foot's going to put down. I'm going to push through my heart. I'm going to fall all the way back. That was 1 camel, 1 undulation. Now I'm going to get the other foot back. That's the walk. Fall and it's not sauntering at all. Right? Not saunter, step, 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 step. Now I'm going to saunter. When I saunter, it feels faster. The word saunter is not a dance word. Don't get me confused. I'm just using it as a word. 6, as a feeling. It's not a feeling. 6, as an image. 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now freeze. Sorry if you can't see my feet, but look at them in the mirror. The foot that's in the back, it doesn't matter which foot that's in the back. All you got to do is step backwards. Fall, 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 fall. Before you fall, before you go down, you must come up. So if I didn't quite connect you with that feeling, what's happening is the foot that's going backwards is that. What you work the body from is the foot that's on the ground. Right? So if my left foot is going back, my right foot is going to push through the ground, and then I'm going to put my left and make my contraction. So my first push is on when the leg is swinging, and my contraction is when the leg is settling into the floor. Makes sense because you're moving backwards. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. Start over. 1, 2, 3, 4, step together, step, switch, step together, step together, step together. Now change the step, just regular step, regular step, regular step. Let's do it again. Step together, step together, step together, step. Step together, step together, step together, step. Step. Step, step. Now with the camel goes. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, and out, and in, and out, and in, and out, and in, down, and out, and out, and out.
out. When we want to do the twist, when we want to add that one little extra move, remember we're going to zip up the inner thighs. 1, and then bring it forward. 2, and 3, and 4, and. It's so difficult to see because, see my pants? They're really good pants because you can't see my legs coming apart. But you know that inside those pants, it's almost like I keep my knees glued together. Think of you wearing a costume that's like a mermaid skirt and your designer made it too tight and you can't get it apart, so you gotta just dance underneath them there. That posture, zipping the legs up, really helps you work your twists just right. So if I were to add just a little undulation and I'm stepping on my diagonal, it really makes a big difference. This is not such a big dramatic change, but because I'm staying so close to my center, it looks bigger and dramatic. Everybody ready to go? Let's do it with the music. Here we go. A couple times through. 5, 6, 7, go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, switch. 1, 2, 1, 2. Back foot, step backwards, and 1. 1, 2, side to side, keep the inner thighs together. Again, we go. Switch. Step it back. Diagonal, breathe in and out. Last time goes. Shoulders, not out to the side. Let's stay center for now. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, other side. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, other side. 4, 4, 2, singles. Again. 1, 2. The toes should be parallel. The knee is active, but you're not tightening the muscle around the knee. You're tightening the muscle under the glute, the adductor. Shimmies. Keep shimmying. Smile. And open up. Good job. Good. Let's do the right leg again. Want to get you nice and warm. We're about ready to start the shimmy class. We got to warm up those legs. 4, 4, 2. Good. 2 steps forward. Keep the inner thighs together. That means when you step, there'll
be a natural little twist. If your inner thighs are together. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Take it back. All right, so down, 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 down. It's the same movement, but I have a new timing. Down, down. My knee is still bending. I'm just now bending on and bend, and bend, and bend, and switch. Bend. 2 on each side. Down, 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 down. Drop the knee, hold, drop the knee, change the weight. 1 side, other side. Change the weight. Right, left, right, left. Lock down. Those arms need to be tight. You need to be working here in the front. The hip is dropping down, the knee is dropping down, and the weight is on that side. Faster. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 on this side. 4, 3, 2. Switch and 4, 3, 2. Switch and 2 and 2. Single, single, single. Shimmy. How's everybody doing? We're gonna add shimmies to everything. We're gonna kind of let this hour kind of keep going into the next, which is the shimmy class. And as I take a drink of water, I want to remind you that we are happy to provide you with some nice belly dance apparel. We have a boutique that will magically appear on the website very, very soon. And that website, that part of the website is for members only. LABellydanceacademy.com, members only. What does it mean to be a member? Well, it means that you get some exclusive access to discounts for merchandise, for group classes, for online things, and so on and so forth. You get the complete access to our private Zoom classes, so if you're really needing some one-on-one feedback every once in a while, or weekly, or every single time, join us as many times as you want. I think we have, I don't know, about 6 hours on Zoom each week right now, maybe more to come. And like, there's gonna be a lot more. Oh yeah, tutorial videos. So the streamings can be what they are, and the chop up of some other videos can be what they are too, but those will only be available for members. It's little bite-sized classes if you needed a 5-minute hip shimmy, or I don't know, whatever you need, it'll be there for you. It's just slowly but surely, I guess we'll say. So we were at the point where we're talking about lockdowns. And I've already been there, and I've already made the joke that it's the lockdown, and we're all sick of it, so I made the joke once a long time ago. But here we are, we're working on lockdowns again. I will refrain from the joke. So lockdowns aren't simple. However, for me, it's the feeling of, if you have your omi and you do it the first time and you go one direction, and then you just know that you should be able to stir the pot the other direction, but you just can't quite get it going yet, right? Sometimes our right hand will move really well, and we'll look at our left and we'll go, what happened? So this could be a lockdown, could be like one of those things when it's kind of new, it's kind of hard to find, even though the opposite is readily available. Another one of those is, maybe you can think back to when you were doing undulations for the first time. Some people find it really hard to find the reverse once they get the down. It's really two sides of the same coin. So, locked down is the same side of the coin up, right? Up and down, up and down. You know that, so we have to know what to do. When your feet are firmly on the floor, your weight is centered. So I want you to just make your brain heavier on one side. A weight change doesn't have to be dramatic. It doesn't have to be a step.
Internally, I can shift my center balance to more on one side, okay? Now, at the moment of that balance going to the one side, bend the knee and let the hip drop out from underneath of you. I apologize that tonight you cannot see my knees because I got these super cool pants. I got these pants in Egypt. Last year, I got to go with my teacher, Ahmed Hussein, to Egypt. It was like the most wonderful trip of my whole entire life, and these pants are what I have to remember it by, besides some awesome photography, and then my friends were there too. But anyway, so many cool things. You gotta go on that trip, and I hope you will, because we're gonna go back soon. So when I squeeze my inner thigh, and I have my hip in place, and I'm slightly on that side, boom, my hip drops, my knee drops, back up. I wish I could read that message. I'm sorry I missed it. Boom. I hope it's you want to go to Egypt. Boom. I want to go to Egypt too. Boom. Right? So it's kind of weird because the knee is bending, but there really is no flex at the moment of beat. The flex comes after. Relax. Flex, relax. Flex, relax. Flex, relax, flex. And if you really break it down, that's exactly what we're doing to get the hip to go up. But right now we're just accenting the down, accenting the down, accenting the down, accenting to the down. Did you get that at all? Did you get that at all? When we do that flat-footed, I feel like that's the easiest way to learn. However, it's harder for the body to do it so grounded. I'm going to give you one more explanation of another way to find your lockdown. I don't know how, anyway, go up to the top of your toes, squeeze your inner thighs, lift your hips, close your rib cage, relax your chest. You remember those. So when I drop down to one side, I'm gonna keep still everything on this is my frozen side, and on this side, my heel's gonna go down. That was the knee that was bending. So now, instead of using my knee joint, I'm using my ankle joint. My ankle goes down. This ankle and this knee did not move. They just stayed right there. So that means that hip is up. But remember where your weight went, it went down. That's why we call it lockdown. And then we switch down, and that's why we call it lockdown. So I go up into the top of the toes, down, touch the heel, back up to the toes, down, touch the heel. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. It really takes you to pull the tummy in, let those arms stretch out to the front. I don't want you to hurt your lower back on this. 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 3 and 1 and 2 and a little bit faster goes. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Inner thighs together. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, go somewhere, walk around. You're set out. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Push it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Did you get those lockdowns? Probably a little bit more. When you remember that it's all about your weight, you will get it just right, okay? So let's move on to getting our Egyptian shimmy warmed up. Egyptian shimmy. Egyptian shimmy. The movement is an easy movement where the back of your legs the knees get to move free and easy. Basically, try to jiggle everything. It's not a good description. Jiggle everything. But just keep this kind of like, I'm lost for words tonight. When your knees are moving because you're lifted and you're strong and you're planted, you're grounded. Somebody have some words for me? Hi, Juliana. I didn't catch it. I'll have to read it again. I didn't catch that. So
when you are standing here and you have your knees, your heels pushed down into the ground, which means your inner thighs are squeezed, your hip bones are lifting, your chest is relaxed, your rib cage is closed and your chest is relaxed. So if you have the internal energy through the center of your body, I just want you to how do you say? Play with it. Play with it. Play. The knees are going to move back and forth. I'm not shimmying yet. I'm playing with some really relaxed motions in the knees and the thighs. How loose and soft, without lifting my heels, without crunching and putting any pressure in my toes, but by just squeezing the energy flowing up through my body, as if the center line of my body was like a fountain. Can I get that little adjustment through the center of the legs? The knees will literally be in a walking formation, front and back and front and back. However, it's not a plie and your weight doesn't change. You're actually trying to lift up off of that movement. Good. Now, a couple secrets to a shimmy is that shimmy is not fast. Shimmy is efficient. And shimmy is giving you something. So I want you to find a rhythm. That's why I'm not playing music right now. Find a rhythm for your shimmy where you feel that rhythm hits the shape of your body just right, and it's perfectly timed to give you a little momentum for the next movement. So for my demonstration, if I feel comfortable, let me get into it here. Feel good here. But if I went a little bit faster, my body would tense, and I wouldn't get a bouncing feeling out of it. Bouncing is what I mean, like if I was bouncing a ball, I know that the ball's gonna come back to me. As I release my body into the shimmy, I know it's gonna go plop and it's gonna come back, right? So I wait for it. I don't need to shorten the movement and try to make it go faster. Wonderful. When you are turned out, you can see that in the mirror, it's not going to work on your knees. Please be super aware that your feet should be absolutely parallel. And as you get your shimmy going, you can change. Are you needing to move your weight further back into your heels? Did you notice that you have too much weight on the right foot and you need to start bringing some weight to the other side? Do you feel like you have too much weight in your toes and it's cutting off the movement somewhere, and that if you tuck in and pull that line up a little bit straighter, it's going to make it easier? Dancers, the hardest one for you to notice, and the one that I really want to be there for you, please, guess what? What is it? Lean back. Uh-oh. That's the hardest one, because I know dancers who lean back, they do not know they lean back. Don't lean back. If I lean back, you see what that does is that lean back stretches out the front of my hips a little bit, and then it shortens everything. I want to bring my hips, everything in the center line is this beautiful, free energy. I'm going to get into that free energy. If I'm over here, it's like stagnant somewhere, and it feels like it hits a brick wall. So my knees are moving back and forth, and I'm trying to find the nice, comfortable rhythm. Now, as I do that, we're going to begin to change the weight side to side, change the weight around into a circle, and then sometimes even put the circle just on one side. So it's like there's a stake down in the ground, and I want to be doing my shimmies, and I want to be changing that stake around in the ground so that I can't tilt it up, I can't do anything extra. I really, right now, just have to practice on not lifting, keeping those hips nice and parallel so I can add the new movement. Keep it nice and simple, dancers. So we're keeping our Egyptian shimmy flowing. My feet need to be parallel, and you need to find the center line. From the center, you know where all the other points are. I want you to visualize that front and back, side to side, diagonal, and diagonal. We go side, side. To keep the upper body in place, you're going to use your lats. Keep those shimmies going. No need to go fast. I'm going to take it into a circle. You got to hit the front point now. Pull in, breathe in. One hip. I'm not going to pass this side of my center. I'm just going to do those shimmies right on one hip. Other side, circle. Bring it back. Front. Bring it back. Front, you can breathe in. Get that contraction. Stay on the right side. Little circle. Good. If I twist from here, I can turn it into the figure eight. Big shimmy, 1, 2. If you don't feel comfortable with that, you can just still do the side to side. Because we know that when we do figure eights, all we have to do is just add that little twist. Up, up. Good, back into the center. Lift your arms. And exhale. You know what we're going for. The longest shimmy we can get. So don't stop that shimmy. What do we want to do? Egyptian shimmy, 5 minutes? I hope so. So I'm going to twist, circle, circle, and twist, circle, circle, and Egyptian shimmy. Circle, circle, twist, circle. Good. So, I'm going to turn my feet from being parallel to the diagonal. They're still parallel, but now I'm facing my body 45 degrees. Breathe in, breathe out. Just an Egyptian shimmy, and. The reason why I go on the diagonal is because it's cuter. I don't want to be going straight forward towards you because you're not going to see it, right? And I also don't want to be doing it straight side because it's not cute, right? 45 degrees, best angle, beauty angle. 1, 2. Little, then big. Little, then big. Little, then big. Remember, we're going top, 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 top. Good. Let's go to the other angle. Front, back, front, back, front, back. Good job. Lift the arms center. Side to side. Back and down. Side to side. Bring it in. Up. And down. Side to side. And side to side. Keep shimmying. Side to side. Again. And up. Side to side. Last time. Up. Back to camels, front and back. Other side. Figure eight. Faster. Circle. Keep that shimmy going. Ha, ha. Keep the shimmy going. Don't stop. Twist. Chest. Other side. Keep that shimmy going. Lift it up. Oh my gosh, shimmy-thon. You made it through. Let's see how many minutes. Only time will tell. Yeah, 6 minutes and 35 seconds. That's what we wanted. Just to keep that shimmy going, just to prolong the shimmy, is really the best work you can do. It's kind of like a stretch, like when we do stretch class. The real work is when you hold the stretch. Give it time. Don't be done with it, right? We did 6 minutes and 30 seconds. So maybe, well, okay, I made it through half of that before I gave up. No, next time you'll push into about 3/4 quarters. And by, a couple weeks, you'll have those full 6 minutes. And then we'll keep going, keep going. If you start to feel your toes grip into the ground, your knees lift up into the body, your glutes lift, if anything from like the hips down are resisting the earth, you just gotta let it go. Which is strange because the movement seems so powerful. The movement is not so powerful in the sense it's free. It's powerful, but I don't know what to say, it's not restricted, right? It's gotta be free-flowing, it's gotta be open, it's gotta be rhythm. The rhythm gives you the energy. Do not let one leg be double the rhythm of the other leg, right? We want it to be nice and even. All right. We're going to do some shoulder shimmies. Same thing with the shoulder shimmy. It should be nice and simple and easy and flow. So I want to make sure that you know that your shoulders, remember, relax. We're squeeze, we're lift, we're close, and we're relax. Between the space of close and relax, there is the spiral motion that the spine can do. The psoas gets active and we pull, 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 pull. If I was there with you, I would come behind your back. Push, back, good. We step down, right, left, right, left, right, left. We step forward. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Right on the spot. Here we go. 3 steps back. 1, 2, 3. Switch. 1, 2, 3. Switch. Don't stop the shimmy. Hold the feet. And back. Up. Up. Keep that shimmy going. Keep that smile. Keep the breathing. Here we go. Step it back. Open together. Open. Switch. Always the 45-degree angle. Let's add a little dip, dip, dip. Set it back. Faster. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Open, close. There's that little saunter. Open, close. Let's use one shoulder. Forward. Little break. Good. Shimmy. Good. Remember our check. 1, 2, 1. Did you do it? 1, 2, 1. Keep the shimmy going. 1, 2, 1. 1. Hey. Up. Keep going. Lift it up. Lift up. Up. And forward, circle. Last time. Up. Front. Up. Front. Yeah. Way to hang in there. Don't give up. Okay, we're gonna do a couple of rhythms, and we're just gonna repeat to the rhythm over and over and over and over, a little kind of combo. Let me backtrack. 30 seconds ago, I was doing this. That's only an exercise. We only work on that as an exercise. The idea is there's things that we need to do to make sure it's like a check. Am I doing everything right? If you were doing a shimmy with your arms out, you should be able to bend your elbows and keep the movement going. And I showed you why, because there will become a point where we may have one arm up and one arm down, right? Don't run around and tell everybody I told you to do that one. But it's a great practice because you'll see that sometimes it's like your arms are out of place, so you can be doing it, but if you can't move, then you know you're not really doing it. We want to really do it, and there's always baby steps to getting there, right? So you don't have to do it exactly right as you begin, but you have to be always getting closer and closer and closer. And not to go off too much on a tangent, but really that is the beauty of dance. The beauty of dance is that you are never there, and you always have the road to travel. Doesn't matter if you're good, right? You can always get better. So we have that nice shoulder shimmy, and we'll check it at home by making sure we're able just to bend the elbows. Now, moving on to our Mas Moody rhythm. Mas Moody rhythm is the first one. We know that that rhythm comes in 8s. We're gonna slide. 1, 2, 3, 4. What is it? Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, that's what it is, that's what it is, that's what it is. We're practicing between plie, use the hips, and Egyptian shimmy. So again, bad pants to show off Egyptian shimmy, but great pants to look good walleye Egyptian shimmy. So sorry, I was into my vanity. Actually, it wasn't vanity, it was more comfortability. Lately I don't want things that touch me. Anyway, flow, right? So you'll remember that when I bend my knees, you're gonna see the line in my hip, where my hip scarf is, you're gonna see it go up and down. No up and down, even when I slide, you see side, 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 boom, 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 and then up again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and up. Let's listen to the rhythm. Sorry, dancers. We can do that one. That's fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go doom, doom, ragga, tagga, doom. Then I'm back together. Slide, slide, down, 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 doom. Back together. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. When I bring my feet together, I'm going to let my knees go plie. It's the only reason we're practicing this. Standing up, get down there, back up. 6, 7, get down there for a second. Standing up, get down there, add those little accents down. Straight legs, bent knees, and back to the straight leg Egyptian, lock, lock, lock. Do. What's the difference between a lock and a shimmy? Well, really it depends on how fast you're going and how you want to describe it. So you can think of that as like really structured or just loose. But this is moving fast. It's that little pa-pa-da-da. Bum, 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 bum. Side to side. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Side to side. Slide, slide, plie. Again, slide, slide, plie. 2 more times. Slide, slide, plie. Last time. Other side. Slide out. Up. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Up. Straight legs. Plie. Last one, this direction. Let's go the other direction. Slide, slide, plie. Slide, slide, plie. Slide, slide, plie. Slide, slide, plie. Hup. Ah. Other side. Don't stop. Slide to straight legs. Plie. Straight leg. Up. Last time this direction. Last time that direction. Last time. Good job. Good job. just the twist. Twist, 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 twist. When I'm doing this, I'm letting it loose. Twist, 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 twist. Twist, 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 twist. Twist, 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 twist. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, shimmy. 1, 2, 3, 4, shimmy. Twist, 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 shimmy, twist. 2 different styles, shimmy back. Ha, 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 ha. Same movement. Tight, 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 tight. One with a stop. Stop, 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 stop. Don't stop. Stop, 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 stop. Don't stop. Other side. Up. And shimmy. Think about what that twist is going to feel like. Don't do any other move. No plie. No knees. No Egyptian. In the waist. Here we go. Ha, 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 ha. And ha, 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 ha. 2 more times. Front, 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 front. Front, front, front. And I'm just changing my weight, right? Towards the leg and shimmy back. Tap, 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 tap. Think of the tempo. Ha, 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 ha. One has the contract, 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 back. And relax. Ha, 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 ha. Good job. Twist, 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 twist. Faster. Other side. Twist, 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 twist. Other. Faster. Ha, ha. Other side. Again. Last time, then I'm going to explain it. Good job. I have this bowl of strawberries right here, and I want to eat it, but I don't want to be rude. So I'm going to grub on those strawberries when we get done. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. But I do feel like it's appropriate to drink water, because I hope you are also drinking lots and lots of water. All right, so I have heard, and I've taken the workshops, 1,001 shimmies, and I believe it. I believe it to be true. I believe that your body can do amazing things, and you can come up with 1,001 different variations. However, those variations come from core moves, and that's what we want to study, because then you can be as creative as you want after you get those down pat, right? So, shimmies we've done so far. Plie shimmy. Plie shimmy is bend your knees. Hi, welcome, thank you. Bend your knee shimmy. When you bend your knees, come back here. Hi, yeah. Okay. When you bend your knees, your hips are going to move up towards your shoulders. If you just bend your knees and you don't care about anything, I promise you, you're not going to land in the right posture, right? So what do? We squeeze, we lift, we close, and we relax. From there, I should be able to, with the connection of feeling the feet into the earth, manipulate the hips, and I don't need to go anywhere, right? So when I describe the plie shimmy movement, I like to show it like this, as if the hips, and I move my hands too much, that's too big, it's so small, but I show you, big, Now, to make that in contrast to something so you understand what it is versus what it is not, Egyptian shimmy, we said our legs are straight, and those straight legs are now going to go this way. Look at that motion in the reflection of the mirror. It makes more sense instead of seeing it straight forward. See how my inner thighs, they must pass each other. So when I'm in plie, my inner thighs are together and they're kind of rubbing on that center line. When I'm straight leg, they're passing one another. All right, so those are two different shimmies. You got to master both. Plie, shimmy, move the hips. Egyptian shimmy, move everything else. Right? Because Egyptian shimmy is going to get all the water to go. Right? Okay, now, both of those movements are on the plane that you may have a stronger sense of. So as you're looking forward in the device of whatever, you see that your device has a bottom line and has a top line. This axis and this axis. Maki, I need you telling me my axes. Now, there's an axis inside of here that brings me to the next shimmy, the twist shimmy. It's not side to side, like what I would think our Egyptian shimmy's like. It's not up and down, what our plie shimmy is like. This shimmy is going to be in the third dimension. Is that right? I don't know. It is the whatever axis. It is the spiraling axis. It is the axis that, see how you saw the line here and the line here, but you forgot there's a depth. Maybe if you're on an iPhone, it might be kind of thin, but there's a depth. We got to go into the depths of our body. We got to pull the hip back, pull the hip back. Pull the hip back. I do not pull the hip back from my kidneys. No need to contract the muscles around my kidneys, right? No need. Why would I want to? Want that working pretty efficiently without too much stress. So what can take the stress? How about these awesome adductor legs that are deep within my thighs? How about squeezing those? Oh, well, you're on to something now. So don't let this feel like it's happening up high. Make it feel like it's happening as low as possible. So zip it up between the thighs, make sure the thighs are touching, create a small twist, like a washing machine kind of agitation. Agitate those hips. And I want you to do one extra thing here. This is going to be the special part. I want you to pull into your center. I don't want you to even think of the hip bones, touch your hip bones. Don't think about the circumference of your hip bones working. I want you to go deeper. I want you to think of just the space between the two legs, and I want you to move that space in the spiral. It's a tiny, tiny spiral. By the time it kind of gets out to the outer body, yes, it opens up and looks bigger, but don't try to find this swish and swash from the outside. See if you can find what I mean. Find that twist, twist, twist from the inside. I'm totally squeezing my center line. My abs are engaged. My adductors are in. My diaphragm is closed. My shoulders are relaxed. Awesome. And all I was doing was taking it to the side and bringing it back. I was taking it to the side with a stop, 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 and then shimmy it on back. Stop, 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 shimmy it on back. Right? Stop, 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 shimmy it on back. Stop, 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 shimmy it on back. You guys had that one just right. Then we moved on to doubles with a little promenade. Promenade is a pivot, and the pivot is, in this case, your heel is the thing that's sliding forward. So the ball of your foot, just do this with me, everybody. The ball of your foot stays on the floor, but your heel is going to inch forward, and it's going to inch forward towards your other heel. It's going to be so small that you might have to zoom in to even see this movement, because promenade is a hidden inch forward, inch forward, inch forward, inch forward. And with each one of those throw of my hip forward, I get to squeeze so tight. You hear that? It's squeezed so tight that my body actually moved in space, 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 moved in space. It was a spiral space, but I gotta get it moving. The toe stays still and the heel moves around the toe. The first time I did it on doubles, so I went one move, one move, one move, one extra, regular, bigger, regular, get it in there, regular, get it in there, and for the last one, get it in there, right? Should we do it one more time? All those twisties? I brought you to the idea that we want to
Focus on this twisting happening here in the center where the two legs come together. It's changing spaces there rather than being this big, huge unit, right? Make that twist happen in a very small space and it expands out from that. Okay. 5, 6, 7. Let's do the side to side. That was really fun. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shimmy back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shimmy back. 2 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shimmy back. 1, 2, 3, and switch. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shimmy back. Keep that twist going. Shimmy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Feel the feet. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shimmy center. Here we go. Twist, twist, twist. 2 times. 1, 2, 1, 2. Ha, ha, ha. Double. One more time. Goes big twist, 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 big twist. Single, 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 single. Good job. All right, here we go. Now, we thought about those 3 shimmies. We did. Plie with the hips. Horizontal with the straight legs. Twist with the straight legs. Okay? Let's leave those 3 as a really forgot that one. I was like, there's more than that. Let's not leave those 3. Let's say there's some more, because the other way my body can work is the drop down and the tilt in the pelvis. So think of all those different spaces I used. Side to side, horizontal, twisty twisty, and now we forgot there's also the tilt back. Or I forgot, you didn't forget it. So all we're going to do real fast is we're going to write this one out with the drop down, my knees bent into the ground, my inner thigh squeezed. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And I'm just double typing. So I'm going to go drop, 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 drop. I gotta tell you, I think about which way I need to go when I go fast, but it goes so fast I can't come to that complete stop. I gotta relax. I gotta know that my contraction or my body throws down and under, and then I return to neutral, and I gotta trust my timing. We go up before we go down, 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 down. When you do this move, or you observe this move, it ends up looking like the belly's really popping up, but remember, on the accent, you're hitting your deep move. You're returning to neutral when the audience notices. The body has to know the down. Don't worry, the eyes will notice the out. Gun, 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 gun. You just notice that kind of, it goes towards them. So let's do that a couple of times here. Not too fast. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's gonna work. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Goes 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1. And squeeze, 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 squeeze. Double time that. Stay closer to the ground. Down, 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 down. Double time. All right. We have happen in some of our shabby choreographies using a lot of the same movement and kind of switching the spot in the body. So it can be down and tuck under with the squeeze in the inner thighs. Tuck, 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 tuck. The other one, when we go out, we're going and, like the lift is on the and then the down is on the relax. Down, 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 down. It's counter. It looks like you're going out, 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 but you're not. You're making it easy on your body. Breathe, and then you'll drop your weight down, 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 right? So, hips 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and chest 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and back to the hips, and 5, 6, 7, toes to the chest, and drop every time you're going like a little bouncy ball. You stop the bounce, but you put it in your hips, goes back to 5, 6, 7, chest, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, back, heels, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, front, chest, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, back, heels, down, 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 up, 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 keep going. Up. Good. So, you saw that big rock, almost like maybe you remember the undulation, and I was adding the contraction into the hips. It's kind of weird because I gotta force my body down into the floor. Go, 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 down. It's like you're going down, 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 like lower, lower, lower. You have to be able to be in a state of relaxation. Most of you will have such a good intention. The first movement you'll contract those thighs, everything's right, but you won't know how to release. A lot of this dance is knowing how to release. Knowing how to release is give it up to the floor. Put it in the floor first, get the feeling, and then start working on the articulation of the contraction, right? So my point is if you had like practicing even just the bounce, even if you felt kind of unsuccessful because you're like, I don't look like that, but you're practicing the first step, because see, that's hard, and down is a thing. And down and down and down and down. There's an opposite of that and a million different versions of wrong. So we got to practice and down 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 before we even get the heels in. Back and back and back and back and chest 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 and back and back and back and tuck and tuck and tuck and tuck and tuck and chest and breathe and breathe and breathe and breathe and breathe and breathe and breathe. Good. It looks spastic. It looks out of control. But as you can see, I can talk to you a little bit. Maybe not as great, but it's not as spastic as maybe it looks. It does have control. And I do consider that a shimmy because you are in the state of letting it relax. And there's great moments in drum solos where your drummer changes up to something that you want the audience to really feel is, I don't know, different and like they'll be used to Egyptian shimmy. They're gonna be used to plie shimmy. Maybe they're gonna be used to shimmy in a twist. But you get with the drummer and you get that big, huge accent and you really kind of get in there with it, okay? So please remember that. Your shimmies can happen. Plie, the hips go up and down. Straight legs, we call that horizontal, but it's the whole body kind of has that side-to-side wiggle. We also have a twist shimmy, and we can also do tucking in the pelvis or lifting, like it's kind of in the diaphragm here, so it would be considered like a chest movement. Be careful, we're not gonna do the whole both at the same time in belly dance. We're never gonna go out together and back together. That's just in a different region of the world. You can do that kind of dance too, it's great style, but we'll just isolate it in that sense. Sometimes we'll just use our pelvis, or other times we'll just use our chest, and chest is very modern. I know a lot of good, okay, anyway, I have to do one last thing, which is make you tired before you go to bed. So the one that's going to make us tired is the choo-choo shimmy. The choo-choo shimmy is a variation of which shimmy? Which shimmy? Out of those shimmies I just said, think about it, and if anybody wants to type it to me, oh my God, I might send you something special. Which shimmy? Choo-choo shimmy. Oh, you're like, what's a choo-choo shimmy? Okay, it's the one that looks like this.
I'm going to show you how to do it, but somebody's got to write to me which version. Is it a horizontal? Is it a twist? Good, yes, yes, Juliana, yes, girl, yes, yes, you got it, gold star, gold star. All right, so yes, you noticed it's a hip shimmy, okay? But we're going to take the hip shimmy into a new position. The position is called forced arch for my American dance mind, right? We use the word forced arch. I have studied with a teacher who was teaching rock sharky, and he described this position as Turkish position. I don't know about that, other than I'm sharing that with you, that's very interesting because I have seen a lot of styling here. And yeah, you can call it Turkish if you want, way to think of it, but the way I call it is called forced arch because in jazz, we would do this, but we would know this is forced arch. Forced arch is basically taking the arch of your foot and forcing it forward. You're on your demi point or you're on the ball of the foot. What's going to be the most important when you do this is that you don't have floppy fish feet. That's also copyrighted, trademarked by me. Don't have sloppy fish feet. No, I'm joking. But don't have them anyway. Have your feet not curl out to the side, not whatsoever. No weight on the pinky toe. You're going to, I always like, your goal is to be in the center, but of course it's going to be balanced because you're going to like overachieve and then just end up in the right spot. Trust me on that. But I'm going to keep my big toes, my knees, and my hips as close as I can, as if there's a magnet. So my heels are up as high as they can, and now I got to bend my knees. That's where we call the forced arch, because you can't do those hips unless those knees are bent. What's unique about this step is it comes into a shuffle. Let's say that the step comes from Brazil. In Brazil, people do dancing on loosey-goosey. Some dances come from loosey-goosey, soils or whatever, and you get this kind of like this shuffle along. Now, I can't mimic that shuffle in this floor because this is a very hard wooden floor, right? So I want you to imagine that your little toes can just shuffle through the sand. They can kind of sift through a ground that will kind of move out of its way. So you do need to pick up your feet each time, but as it becomes more comfortable, you'll feel that you're shuffling your foot forward and digging the ball of your foot into the floor. If you have neighbors downstairs, it's a good practice to not sound like a herd of cattle as you do it. But in the beginning, if you really wanted to stomp to make a point that you're doing it, you can. If you listen to the rhythm of my stomp and watch the rhythm in my hip, there's no difference. Meaning, for every down of the foot, you have a hip movement. The hips cannot go faster than the feet in this move. This makes it kind of different from shimmies. Because shimmies, we know the hips kind of move in a different free style from what the structure of the body is. You get this kind of roll up on top. This is a very precise timing with the feet. Okay? So, I think, what were we doing? We had, let's tire you out before we go home. We were doing twist to the front, twist to the front. I have to play the music. I forgot what come after twist to the front. I thought all of a sudden I was going to magically remember. No, the music will tell me because the music always inspires me. Here we go, dancers. Last thing of the night. Good job. Oh, it was just twist. Just twist. Here we go. And twist. 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 So I'm moving forward. Thighs together. Getting that twist in there. Let's move back. 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 Oh! Smooth it out into the little figure eight. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Stay strong, keep practicing. If you are not feeling it, take it easy on yourself, right? Dance is fun. And the joy of dance will really be what it's all about. Try to shed the need for the things that you think it's about, right? There may be something, oh, I do it because I need a strong body, or I do it because someone told me I didn't, and I do it because something. Just let all that go. Can we do it just for joy? Can we do it because when our blood moves through the body and we're breathing and the oxygen is in there, we feel joy? Can we do it because we love the music and we just want to listen to the music all day long and feel free? Yes, we can. We can dance for joy, but it really has to be a conscious decision, and I'm really encouraging you guys to make that conscious decision. If you need motivation, guess what? Everyone, not just me, everyone at the Los Angeles Bellydance Academy is here to support you, and that actually also means your fellow dancers. So, labellydanceacademy.com/join. It is right now at a discounted rate, so you get $200 for the whole year if you want to just package up and get what you need for 365 days, or you can do it on a monthly subscription, which is only $20. That right now gives you access to all of our Zoom classes. Those are our private classes. We are editing and uploading our video tutorials right now. You'll get special discounts on our merchandise and any of the other fun stuff that we're planning. Some parties, they'll be private for members only. And you know, we're just gonna have some fun together any way that we can because, like I said, it's all about joy. So, enjoy your evening or day. And I love everybody, and come back and dance with us tomorrow. Sarah's gonna rock it.